Hey everyone. This past Sunday we looked at the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And really I took a different angle with it because and there's so many things we could talk about as it relates to the cross of Christ. And we talk about that being the finished work of Christ. And really that means that Jesus Christ was sacrificed on the cross so that God's wrath would be satisfied, and also that Jesus would atone for our sin or take our place or forgive us of our sin as we appropriate what he did on the cross for us. So that work that he did was for us on our behalf. And it has great implications. And one of the things that we're facing in our culture today are there are individuals who are intent on trying to shut down the voice of Christianity. And one of the ways that they're doing that is trying to strip us of any acknowledgement of our faith as Christians, where they're trying to say that you cannot practice your faith or exercise religion outside of the worship experience on Sunday morning. And that's not at all what our fathers intended as a nation, that we would be able to freely exercise our religion. In the First Amendment, there is a clause that says that the government is not going to establish, in essence, a state church, and that a person has the right to freely exercise their religion, and so, or the expression of that religion. And one of the ways that people are doing that today is saying that all religious symbols need to be removed from public property because they see that as an endorsement of religion. When Thomas Jefferson wrote his letter to the Danbury Baptists, where this phrase was used, the separation, a wall of separation between church and state, his intent was not that the government should not support or encourage or assist people from exercising their worship, but there shouldn't be a state religion, and that every man has a right to live out his faith. That was the point. And he was trying to help protect these Baptists in the early days of our nation who were being persecuted because they did not belong to the state church of the state of Connecticut. And we see that being played out even today. And there's a great verse in the Bible where Mark records a scene where Jesus goes into a house to get away from the crowd. And then he says this, but he could not be hid. And I think that's true in so many ways and applications, that it doesn't matter what the culture is trying to do to stop Christianity, Jesus Christ is never going to be hid. Whether it was back then when they tried to crucify him or when they persecuted the early Christians, Christianity flourished. It spread like wildfire. And then we find philosophies such as communism has tried to stomp out Christianity, but it has continued to grow. And when the wall fell, we saw that was a direct result of the Christian influence. Even ISIS today is trying to wipe out Christianity, but they're never going to be able to do that because Jesus Christ will never be hid. And the reason for that is that he lives within our hearts, that he is real, that he's alive. And we see that in lives that are being transformed by the power of Christ, which happened yesterday in my office of a man who gave his heart to Christ. And I talked to a young boy this morning who had recently given his heart to Christ. And nobody can deny the reality of the cross. And that's the issue. The reason why they want to remove the symbol of the cross is because it's the cross of Jesus Christ. They're not worried about the cross of one of the thieves or the cross of the thousands of Christians in the early church who were crucified. It's about this one cross, Jesus Christ. And so it's a great day. It's a great opportunity for us to live out our faith and to show the cross of Christ in our lives. Because you see, whenever a person sees the cross, they see Jesus Christ in his humility, and it forces us to deal with the pride that's in our life. And so that's why people don't like looking at the cross, because it forces a decision of whether or not Jesus Christ was who he said he was, the Son of God. So I pray that for all of us who are believers, that we'll live out our faith in a loving, winsome way, that people will see Jesus Christ in and through us. God bless you.